Good afternoon to all. This is Kiran Kumar Velmula, Assistant Professor of Physics, Sri Rajarajeshwara Degree College, Karimnagar. Today we are discussing about Carnot cycle and the engine. The efficiency of the Carnot cycle, the PV diagram, and the Carnot theorem, the mathematical expression of efficiency of the Carnot theorem. These are the topics which we are going to explain in this video lesson. Before this, as previous videos, we discussed about isothermal, adiabatic, isobaric, isochoric processes. Here we are using isothermal expansion as well as adiabatic expansion, and similarly compressions also in isothermal process and adiabatic process also. Here isothermal expansion, as already discussed, the process or the thermodynamical substance is expand in isothermally. That means with constant temperature the substance is expanding from its initial stage, then that system is known as isothermal expansion system. The heat energy is constant, the process is going on, that means the substance is expanding from its initial state, then the process is known as adiabatic expansion. Compression. If the substance is compressing back to its initial state at constant temperature, then the process is known as isothermal compression, as well as the same material compress at constant heat energy, then the temperature the process is known as adiabatic compression. The necessity of discuss all those isothermal expansion and adiabatic expansion in this lesson, because the Carnot engine is utilizing isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression as well as adiabatic compression. So here Carnot is the name of the scientist. He invented an engine. Actually, this is ideal engine. Ideal engine means this is the assumption only. Practically, the construction of ideal engine is not possible, because the efficiency of the ideal engine is 100%, or the numerical value of the efficiency fraction is equal to 1. But due to different operations of the thermodynamical variables, we are not getting the output more than input. Therefore, the value of the efficiency is less than 1 or less than 100%, because the efficiency of any engine is defined as the ratio of output to the inputs. Output value is less compared to the input value, therefore the fraction value is less than 1 always. Therefore, we are not getting 100% of efficiency or less than 1. This is the explanation of heat engine. But Definitely, the Carnot engine is efficient to produce the maximum output. That means the given input thermal energy is converting into mechanical energy. So input is heat energy, output is external work. So efficiency is W by Q. So of course later we shall discuss about it very clearly. But now we are discussing about the Carnot cycle. The Carnot cycle is defined as an ideal reversible closed thermodynamic cycle in which there are 4 successive operations are involved, and they are isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression, and adiabatic compression. This is a cyclic process. Initially, isothermal expansion is taking place outwards. It expands adiabatically, it compresses isothermally, and it compresses again adiabatically. Finally, it reaches to its initial state where it starts. Therefore, it is treated as a cycle. The cyclic process is stopping at a particular point, and the final stage is again attains to its initial state. Therefore, it is a reversible process. The reversible process is occurring in Carnot engine. Now we are defining Carnot engine. Carnot heat engine is engine act by transferring energy from one warm region to cold region of space and converting some energy into mechanical work. The system may be reversed. The Carnot engine is most efficient existing engine capable of converting a given thermal energy into mechanical work, or conversely means that if mechanical energy is also converted into heat energy, vice versa. So this is the process briefly going inside the Carnot engine. Here we are discussing about the working of Carnot engine and PV diagram, PV indicator diagram. So what is indicator diagram? Indicator diagram is nothing but the graphical representation or the behavior curve of given two thermodynamical variables at a constant thermodynamic quantity. So here isothermal process is going on, means temperature is constant. Temperature is constant means P and V are changing. Adiabatic process is taking place, then Q is constant and P comma V are variables. So by taking pressure on y-axis, V on x-axis, if we plot a graph for different thermal processes, then that curve is a cyclic curve. That curve is known as PV indicator diagram. Because this PV indicator diagram explaining the process which is going inside the Carnot engine. So therefore, we are explaining the total process on the basis of PV indicator diagram. If we take Carnot engine, Carnot engine mainly consists of 4 parts as shown in this diagram. So this is the construction part of Carnot engine. The Carnot engine consists of working substance, source, insulating stand and sink. These are the major parts of Carnot engine. We are discussing briefly about each and in this this diagram, first if we consider working substance, an ideal gas in a cylinder with a piston is used as working substance. The walls of the cylinder are insulated, that means no temperature is flowing outside or from surroundings to the system. But the bottom of the cylinder is made up with a conducting material. So the first pod is working substance. Next, second pod is insulating stand. That means before the experiment, whenever the heat or temperature is not required, the cylinder is kept on the surface of the insulator stand. The main advantage of this insulator stand is the walls or the total area is covered with insulating material. Through that material, the heat of the cylinder or the temperature of the cylinder is not transporting through cylinder to the stand. Next, third part is source. Source is always maintained at high temperature. That temperature is always represented with capital T1 Kelvin. So this source gives the temperature to the cylinder. Similarly, sink. Sink is the fourth part. It always maintained at low temperature compared to source. So it cools the temperature. So these are the parts. Now we are discussing about the working. Initially we are taking an ideal gas inside the cylinder. Initially the cylinder is kept on the insulating stand, therefore there is no transformation of heat energy from the cylinder to the stand or stand to the cylinder. Now we are keeping this working substance on the surface of the source. The source is at high temperature. This high temperature is applied to the working substance. Then working substance expands and the gas expands, pushes up. That means the temperature of the gas is increasing. Then it expands isothermally. And afterwards we are keeping the working substance in the insulation stand. Then we are keeping the working substance on the surface of the sink. Gradually the temperature is decreasing slowly. So in this process, the thermal expansion in isothermal process and adiabatic process takes place, as well as when it is cooled due to the sink temperature capital T2 Kelvin, then in that case the isothermal contraction as well as adiabatic contraction takes place. Here in the graph, if he explains, at A point initially the substance is located. Here P1 V1 is the pressure and volume. So this A to B path represents isothermal expansion. Isothermal expansion means here the temperature of the given substance is constant from A point to B point, but it is increasing gradually when the volume of the gas is increasing, the pressure is decreasing. Therefore here gives the PV relation in isothermal process. So here the supplied heat energy is Q1 here. Now when it reaches to B point, adiabatic expansion takes place. Here when the volume increases, gradually the pressure decreases. So B to C, the expansion takes place in its volume by decreasing the pressure. So therefore BC path represents adiabatic expansion. Now here from C to D, the process is taking a reverse direction. So this is nothing but reversible process. When it is changing C to D, then isothermal contraction takes place at T2 degrees centigrade, because T2 is less compared to T1, therefore temperature is less. Therefore contraction takes place when temperature is decreased. So this is nothing but isothermal contraction. So CD part in the graph represents isothermal contraction of a given working substance. When it reaches to D, so again it is contracting from D to A. So dA part represents adiabatic contraction. So in this case Q1, Q2 are the different heat energies, and T1, T2 are the temperatures in isothermal expansion, isothermal contraction. Here Q1 is the heat energy in isothermal expansion, and Q2 is the heat energy in isothermal contraction. So in adiabatic we are not discussing about Q1 and Q2 because the heat energy is constant in adiabatic constant. So similarly now if we come to the efficiency equation, the efficiency of the heat engine is given by heat conversion into work by heat taken in the form of source is equals to W by Q1, because W is nothing but work done. This work done is equal to mechanical work. So because when we are giving heat energy to it, it converting into mechanical work. So mechanical work by Q1, heat taken in the form of source, from the source. So here W is equals to Q1 minus Q2. Actually Q1 plus Q2 minus Q2 plus Q3 minus Q4. So if you take Q3, Q1, Q2, Q are equal, similarly Q3 and Q4 are equal in opposite direction. So Q3 and Q4 cancels out here. Therefore Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. Then the efficiency is equals to Q1 by Q1 minus Q2 by Q1 is equals to 1 minus Q2 by Q1 is the efficiency equation of the Carnot engine. Similarly, if we consider in terms of absolute temperature, then the value is T2 minus T1 by T1 is equals to 1 minus T2 by T1. Here T1 is always greater than T1 minus T2, because T1 minus T2 means some amount of value in the T1 is decreasing, therefore T1 is greater. So therefore the efficiency is less than 1 or 100%, because already we discussed as the numerator is less compared to the denominator, the value can be neglected, that value is subtracted from 1, therefore the efficiency is less than 1. So similarly, Carnot theorem, no heat engine is operating between the two given thermal reservoirs, each of is maintained at constant temperature. That means the Carnot engine can be applied when there is a variation between the sink and source. What happens if the temperature of sink and source both are equal? T1 is equals to T2. T1 is equals to T2 means T1 minus T2 is 0, 0 by something is 0. In that case, 1 minus T2 by T1 is infinity, so we can't define it. So therefore, here no heat engine is operating between the two given thermal reservoirs, each of which is maintained at constant temperature. Thank you.